Captain on the bridge.
Alright, Captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, blog was released this morning for another MUDs bundle. So, it's the MUDs Lost in the Delta Quadrant. So what we're going to do is go over the blog, drop my two ECs like I normally do, and I guess answer the question, is it worth it? Yes or no? There we go. So here's the 4 ships. Here we go. Excuse me, I need to get inside. My friends, I do deeply apologize for my tardiness. You'll simply not believe what happened to me on the way here. I was contacted by a former customer, man by the name of the Caretaker. And apparently he was unhappy with a purchase he made. I explained that all sales were final. And he had the audacity to throw me, my vessel, all the way to the Delta Quadrant. The sheer nerve. However, all was not lost. As I promised, you new products today, and I have delivered. In my brief travels to return from that distant part of the galaxy, I obtained the technology of several of their prominent species. And those ships are, of course, now available on the show floor. Please, ladies, gentlemen, and the rest of you, step right this way. And here it is. It is... Okay, we'll go over it. MUD is opening the doors on the new choice pack on March 10, which is today. This is one from the Delta Quadrant. Purchase the MUDs Lost in the Delta Quadrant choice pack for 29,500 Zen. And choose any 3 of the above options. But that's not all. This pack will be 50% off from March 10 to the 24th. Choose from the following options. The Vaudoir Miracle Worker Juggernaut, the Krenum Imperium Warship, Undine Kowavi Bio Cruiser, Hazari Destroyer, 50 Master Keys, 2 T6 ship coupons, 300 Lobi crystals, and 10 gold tech upgrades. In addition, everything else in MUD store except the other bundles will be on sale for 75% off from the 10th to the 14th. We're adding a special version of the pack on PC. The MUDs Mega Lost in the Delta Quadrant bundle is a one-stop purchase to obtain all 8 items in the pack at once. The pack contains all 8 items, no choices needed. It will also launch on the 10th for 60,000 Zen. It will be 50% off until the 24th. Here's how it works. The Mega Lost in the Delta Quadrant bundle will appear in MUDs... Mids? Wow. In Mids Market at the same time as the Lost in the Delta Quadrant. I'm sorry, guys. That's hilarious. This is a once per account purchase. When purchased, it will disappear from the store. If you'd like, you can still purchase the Lost in Delta Quadrant pack for more of the non-ship items. Purchasing the Mega Lost in the Delta Quadrant bundle will drop an item in your inventory that you can unpack to receive the items. If you wish to buy both the Mega Lost in the Delta Quadrant bundle and the Lost in the Delta Quadrant choice pack, you must purchase the bundle first. Any purchase of the choice pack will cause the bundle to disappear from the store. Oh, geez, never seen one of these packs before. Seen them all, still unsure how they work. Here is an FAQ. Captains, what I will do here is I'll just link the blog in the description below. I'm not going to go over this. I want to get to the meat of this, which is this. So here's my 2 ECs. I don't own any of these ships. Why? Because they're pretty ugly, in my opinion. In my opinion, please, Captains, know that this is just my opinion only. But 2 ships that do stand out to me, and this is because I do have fellow captains that own these ships, is first and foremost is the Vaudoir Juggernaut. Now, I've heard that this is a beast when it comes to energy weapons, and really, I believe it's the highest parsing ship now in the ISAs, and just really does good in normal to advanced content. Having said that, that's kind of where I live normally, is sort of, that's the nightly pews we do, is the advance. But I can't recommend this ship because of how ugly it is. I'm sorry, I can't. I really can't. So, but not to say that if you're going for performance, here you go. The second ship that I always run across is the Undine Kawavi Bio ship. Now, in the very high-end meta, because I do dabble in the meta with my fellow captains there in the high-end, it's apparently a really, really good tank in that high environment. Now, I've seen this tank in elite, in sort of channel style runs, and when I say channel style, we're talking about 2, 3 DPSers, 1 tank, 1 control. And it can't tank for that long. This is meant to sort of quote unquote tank in the faster runs. It can take the threat, it can be built to tank, but not for a longer period of time. Because those high-end runs are literally like a minute, if that. When it comes to elite, when you're in a group with sort of competing or chasing the deeps with other captains, it's not as quick. So the tank needs to actually hold that threat, but also survive the onslaught of attacks it gets. And again, captains, when we're talking about the high end, we're talking about like ISE, Infected Space Elite. So it does good there. In the high ends, when you're boosting one player and everything's gone on the map in a minute. Channel style, not so much. Not so much. There's other better tank platforms. These other two, I knew of this ship, the Crown of Imperial Warship, when it first came out. It was really good at the time, and I do remember a lot of the high-end DPSers having this ship. Not my favorite. It just looks wise. I can't. And that goes also for the Kawabi. Like, look at that. It looks like a grappling hook. I rope to it and go scale a building or whatever. The Hazari Destroyer. Is it just me, or does it look like a Star Wars ship? No? I rarely see these ship around. It's not, again, look-wise, not enough. So of the 4 here, if I had to recommend anything, if you are chasing the DPS, go ahead, go for the Vaadwaur Juggernaut. Know that it is a beast to move. It has the drift. It has the drift. So be careful on that, captains. And of course, you put that ship in my hands, I'll be able to barely able to pilot that bad boy. For the Kawavi, again, that's its uses that I've seen. Captains, I've always said, for me, my love of Star Trek has always been ships, characters, and episodes. And the ships, if we're talking about here, no, I can't. I can't recommend these for looks. Performance, Vaadwaur Juggernaut, and of course, the Undine Kawavi ship. For me, if you were going to pick any 3 of these, it'd be the Vaadwaur, the Undine, and then of course the T6 ship coupons, because with that, you can get better ships, in my opinion, one that look better and some, perform pretty good in the C-store. Like that would be like sort of the recent Terran ships that we just got. So there's that to keep in mind. Master keys, low buy crystals, gold tech upgrades. These don't interest me. But keep in mind, captains, I've been playing since 2014. So a lot of these I don't need. If you're a newer captain, this may be something. But in all honesty, I find these overpriced even at a sale. That's just me. Again, that's just my opinion. Of course, if this is something you need, I don't think it's something you need. So is it worth it? The yes and no can be true at the same time for 2 different captains. So yes, if you're chasing the deeps and the ISA charts, need a tank for ISC run in a supported environment, want the 2 T6 ship coupons, no, because they're ugly. And you don't need them. You don't need keys, you don't need low buy, you don't need the gold tech upgrades. For me, I don't open lock boxes a lot, so I wouldn't buy this just for that. Low buy crystals, I have enough from opening boxes, so I don't need that. Gold tech upgrades, if I need upgrades, I use the Phoenix prize pack upgrades that you get from there. So again, just drop in the 2 ECs there, just like the thumbnail. Yes, no, it can be worth depending on who you are. So these mud sales are very, to me, it's great to have these account unlocked. Okay, that's the other thing. It is great to have these account unlocked, but what I have been doing personally is if I have a ship, I'm gonna just give that to 1 captain. There's very like rare ships that I put in between 2. Even then, it's just using it just to use it. I don't have them on that. A lot of these ships that I buy will, especially like the high-end R&D or lockbox ships, they will be nothing that I will put on another toon other than my main. So when it comes to that, it's nice to have account unlocked, but I would have bought in the ship anyways for that one character, and it's going to see used to that. If you are an altaholic, yes, because those do exist, altaholics, then go ahead, have at it. If you find value in this bundle, Captain, of course, go ahead, buy it. For me, I can't. Even if I was a new player, this is something that I wouldn't have bought just from the looks, just from the cosmetics, because I'm just that shallow. So there you go, Captains. That's my 2 ECs on this bundle. At the end of the day, you're the captain flying your ship. So that question of is it worth it is going to be up to you. So there's a lot of these sales that will be happening. This one doesn't really, it just comes out of nowhere, these things. And I think just like last year's stuff, same thing, they just come out of left field. So that's my 2 ECs drop, Captain. We will leave it at that. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that we can further reach out to our fellow captains and share our love for Star Trek. So on that note, Captains, we will leave it on this.
Live long and prosper.